Hello, beautiful people. All right, let's go. Oh, sorry, people. Our music is playing up today. Nice to have you, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on today's show. Let's go, traditional wedding. Gbogbo lólùfẹ́ rẹ̀ ń retí rẹ̀ ni. Let's go, traditional wedding. Ẹ̀bùn lóríṣiríṣi many gifts away. Let's go, traditional wedding. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Let's go, traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó mọ̀ ní lọ́gbọ́n. Let's go, traditional wedding. Ṣé ti gbọ́? Ètò Let's go, traditional wedding. Ó lọ lọ́wọ́. Káàmọ̀ síbẹ̀. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Let's go, traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó mọ̀ ní lọ́gbọ́n. Let's go, traditional wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram, every Tuesday on Facebook, 6 p.m. UK time, every Tuesday on Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún mi lóye. Let's go, traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún mi lóye. Let's go, traditional weddings. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí. Ẹ̀yin tèmi nílé lóko lẹ́yìn òde, mo kára lé, mo kérò ọ̀nà, mo kọ́kùnrin, mo kóbìnrin, mo kọ́mọdé, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí àgbàlagbà wípé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò wa, ètò yín, ètò kan náà tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí ètò ìgbéyàwó. Let's talk traditional weddings and more with Wunmi Midorius. Àmọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe wa lórí ètò yìí, kó tó di pé aṣọ nǹkan, ẹ̀rí pé ó yẹ ká júbà ọba kọ́dá ayé, ọba ṣẹ̀dárun, ọba lánàá, ọba lẹ́ni, ọba títí ayérayé kọrin tó ṣe ẹlẹ́bùrú ìkẹ́, ọba tó tó ní ń pa ṣùgbọ́n tó kọ̀ tí ò pani tó ṣe péṣe ló ń pani mọ́. A dúpẹ́ nítorí pé ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá adágbére a ní à ń lọ kábọ̀, ìyẹn Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó ṣeé ṣe fún wa. A lọ láyọ̀ àtàláfíà, èmi Olúwabùnmi aya Òṣìbẹ̀rù tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ sí Wunmi Midorius. Mo lọ láyọ̀ àtàláfíà, mo tún padà wá dé bá yín ní ayọ̀ àtàláfíà. Our room fire bí òṣọpẹ́. Father Lord, we are grateful, super grateful for all that you have done, for what you're doing, and for what you're going to do. I appreciate you for the life of everyone that has joined me this evening. Ẹ ṣé ẹ kú gbogbo ìgbà. And before I proceed as well, mo fẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣagbátẹrù ètò yìí, àwọn tí wọ́n ń bá wa dá sétò ní gbogbo ìgbà. Pàápàá jùlọ àwọn ilé-iṣẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan tí wọ́n dúró tì wá gbágbágbá. Ilé-iṣẹ́ Chorus Jewels and Laces, iléeṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ti ń taṣọ ìyàwó tọmọ ìyàwó tí bàbá ìyàwó tí ìyá ìyàwó ohunkóhun tó bá fẹ́ fi ṣayẹyẹ ẹ kàn sí iléeṣẹ́ Chorus Jewels and Laces fún wa ńbẹ̀. Ready to wear by Chorus Jewels and Laces, another branch of their business. Mo tún dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ iléeṣẹ́ Royal Vogue níbi tí wọ́n ti ń taṣọ tí wọ́n ti rán sílẹ̀. Royal Vogue on Instagram, ladies and gentlemen, check them out. They have beautiful outfits. Mo tún fàsìkò yìí náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ iléeṣẹ́ Lizelle Fabrics all the way from Dallas, Texas. Thank you, Lizelle Fabrics. And also, I want to use this opportunity to appreciate the amazing Celebration International Magazine for their support always. If you want your event on a magazine, e-magazine, or even printed magazine, contact Celebration International Magazine by Babs. They are on Instagram, they are on Facebook, they are on every social media platform. If you look for them, you can't find them, contact me. I will give you their contacts. I also, I want to appreciate the amazing First Rate Global. Ibi tí wọ́n ti ń báyàn kọ́lé, tí wọ́n ti ń báyàn ralẹ̀ ní Nigeria. Thank you so much. Thank you to those that have joined me already. Thank you to those that are already congratulating us, those that are supporting us. Ẹ ṣeun ẹ kú gbogbo ìgbà, ẹ kú àdúrótì, ẹ kú àìjẹkọ́rọ̀ mi sú yín. If it is some people, they will have said, oh, now only she, this one, that one, this one, ever in vogue, Kent Fashion Week, ó tún ti fẹ́ ṣèwé, ẹ ṣé tẹ̀jẹ̀ kọ́rọ̀ mi kó sú yín. Arábìnrin Tóyìn Àṣàmú ẹ kú gbogbo ìgbà ní Instagram. Rose Lanre, thank you so much. Tarella Aganthe, thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you. Arábìnrin Ayọ̀lá meeting to carry. Àti gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe máa darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Ẹ ṣeun. Honestly, this kind love, I never see that kind love before. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Can you imagine? I need to appreciate this amazing woman. She's a supporter of this show. She's always here. Auntie Toyin Ashamu, Please help me to celebrate this woman. She just mentioned to me it's her 32nd year of marriage or more. It's not easy. Thank you so much, Ma, for your support and congratulations. I pray that the wine of your marriage will never go sour. Please celebrate this woman for me. And please remember to share this show, ladies and gentlemen. This is a favor I always ask for day in, day out. Please help me to share this show. Also, I want to also use this opportunity to celebrate one of the amazing people out there that I know, my supporter, my encourager, my big auntie. She's always supporting. She's the CEO of Arewa Jewelry Store. She's the CEO of Bisbam Ashoke and Fabrics. She's also known as Alagayawo on her birthday today. Congratulations on your birthday, ma. I wish you long life, prosperity, peace of mind in the name of Jesus. You will never know sorrow. You will never know sorrow in the name of Jesus. Everything you lay your hands upon shall prosper. My people, don't forget to celebrate Auntie Toyin Ashamu for me, one of the die-hard fans of this show, on her 32nd wedding anniversary. Please celebrate her. Please just help me write congratulations. If you're on Facebook, on Instagram, please share this time, this great time with her. And people, please, I beg you in the name of God, share this show. Share this show, share it, share. And if you know anyone that would normally be here and they're not here today, please call them. Today is a very special one, very special. And before I let the cat out of the bag, let me quickly go to my favorite section. Hey, thank you, Auntie Christiana Fabowale. God bless you. Let's go to my favorite part. Who knows my favorite part? My favorite part, who can say I love this part so much? So ladies and gentlemen, let's go there. I love this part, so it's my favorite part, and I'm sure so many people like this part as well. So let's go there. Oh, she said, beautiful you, my sister. Thank you, ma. God bless you. Okay, let's go there. Let's go there. Please,
say I can use my own language in the app to send money around the world.
Don't do this to me, Facebook. Please don't do this to me, Facebook. Facebook has started, though, you people. Facebook, please. I don't know why Facebook is always fluctuating these days. Why? It is well, oh. Please, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't see me on Facebook for whatever reason, it's been playing up. Remember that you can join us on Instagram at Midreas, or you search for ETO IGBEYAWO. We are there. And remember to share this show, please. Remember that you can share this. Share, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a very special one. A very special one. And I'm sure so many people know why. Hey, thank you, Auntie Wandiola today for joining. Thank you, Delectable Pebbles. Wrapped in Love UK. Thank you, Daddy David Itowu. God bless you, sir. Thank you to those that have joined me. Please, if I can't mention your name, question for Judio. It's just because it is cool of Ora. Let's go there. This is my favorite part, people. Hey, come on. My YouTube people. Oh yeah, let's go. Facebook is playing up. Can you imagine? Oh yeah, me. Má tún fi fún wọn náà. Èmi láròjinlẹ̀ mo mọ fẹ́ wá.
Ọwọ́ agbára tí mo rí àtàláyé rí kọ̀, ìwọ ló lò wáyé.
Èmi láròjinlẹ̀ mo mọ fẹ́ wá.
Ẹni tó bá ti kú kọ́ lẹ́yìn yán, bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́kùtà gbọ́dọ̀ wá ṣe.
Èmi láròjinlẹ̀ mo mọ fẹ́ wá.
Èmi àlàyé ọkàn, mo lè ta ẹ̀tọ́ mo kò ṣùgbọ́n fún ọ. tún tàn kì í sí.
Èmi láròjinlẹ̀ àmọ́ pẹ́ wá.
Abarapá ẹ̀yin Ọlọ́run, ó dàbí pé kò kélé yìí tilẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Èmi láròjinlẹ̀ àmọ́ pẹ́ wá.
Bábìrún bá láròjinlẹ̀,
A ní Elédùà àtọ́rí àwọn tó wà ní kòtò. Devil is a liar. This one that we are enjoying our music. Anyway, I don't know what's going on this evening, but devil is a liar. We're not going to allow them to disturb us. Don't worry, we'll come back to the music. I don't know what's going on today, but trust me, whether the devil likes it or not, we are going to praise God. Okay. While I'm working on the music to come back on, I want to appreciate those that are joining me again. And I really want to appreciate those that join me every week. Some people are here, they are die-hard fans. Honestly, I cannot mention names. Only God can appreciate you for me. Today, you will see that I'm full of praises. I'm full of gratitude. I'm full of thanks unto God, you know. I don't know why my music is playing on, but I really, really do want to dance today because of so many reasons. Number one, we are alive and well. Yeah. Number two, there's something special happening today. Let me see if I can have, because I really want to appreciate God with this. I don't know why the music is playing on. So I would make sure that I get the music back on. So, ladies and gentlemen, I really do want to appreciate us for our support. Let me see if I can get this music back on. It's for the next 2-3 minutes. I want to appreciate God. Oh yeah. Yeah. Give them. Yes, sir. Hey, say what back. Hey, say what back. Yeah. Hey, what about your daily? Momo riri re. Yeah. Give them. Momo riri re. Sorry, no, ni mo ṣe gbé ọ̀gá. Momo riri re. Sorry, no, ni mo ṣe gbé ọ̀gá. Hey, tẹ́wọ́ gbà yìí. Olóore. Tẹ́wọ́ gbà yìí. Ọba mi. Olóore. Ó yá. Ọmọ rírì rẹ̀. Sórí náà ni mo ṣe. Come on. Ọmọ rírì. Thank you, Mother Oku, for dancing with me. Thank you, fabulous Funke. I appreciate you so much. Sórí náà ni mo ṣe ń gbé ọ̀gá. Tẹ́wọ́ gbà yìí. Ọba mi. Olóore. Tẹ́wọ́ gbà yìí. Olóore.
Sọlọ́run bá gbowó
Fún afẹ́fẹ́ tí mo lóyá. Yes, sir. Ó pọ̀ pa, ó fi jì, ó pọ̀ gan. Ibẹ̀.
lórí mo rò
Pé ó sì lè sàn.
ó sọ lówó kan o.
Sílẹ̀ sanwó ènìyàn.
Mo dúpẹ́ o Jésù fún afẹ́fẹ́ tí mo mú mi.
Ọlọ́run bá gbowó fún afẹ́fẹ́ tí mo mú mi. Èló ni mo rò pé ó sì lè san. Kò sólówó kan o, tó lè sanwó. Okay, let's read up go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep on going. Ó wù mí ká máa jó lọ ní. In fact, if I spend the whole of today to appreciate God, kò tó ká bá ní pé ó jù. God has been so faithful. He's such an awesome God. A lot of people have been guessing why I'm so excited, why I'm so happy. You know that every time I'm always excited, but today's one is special. And everybody has been informed. Ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Hey! The baby has arrived though. After 3 years of perseverance, hard work. At one point, I felt like giving up. But God said, no, keep going. If you have not heard about this, ladies and gentlemen, please, this is to inform us about this precious, precious, precious gift, the evolution of the Nigerian traditional weddings, the past, the present, and the future. This is a book that is written by my humble self, people. In fact, I'm going to do the launch of this book on the 30th of July, but the online launch has started because I don't want to bring people again. I don't want to disturb people. I know people want to be part of it from all over the world, from Nigeria, from America, from Canada, from wherever you are. You can join me on the 30th of July, to launch this book officially. But the online launch has started, people. The online launch has started where you are free to support me. If I'm selling this book, it's going for £25, but the launch, if you give me £10,000, I will collect you. I will collect. So if you are not yet on the group, there's a group that we've already created for those that want to support me to launch this book. You know, we are starting the official launch tomorrow. That from tomorrow you can start paying, you can start supporting me with whatever you have. So if you have not yet received that information, I will send it to you after this show. You can support your girl. I will not lie. Sleepless nights. In fact, sometimes I will be crying. I'll be like, it's a lot, but let's leave the testimony till the day of the launch. So, ladies and gentlemen, this book is to encourage everybody, old, young, and the upcoming generations to know the nitty-gritty of our traditional wedding. I realize that a lot of young people, they're just doing this thing. They don't understand. They don't even know why they are doing what they are doing. If you ask them, they have no idea. Thank you, Matt. Toyin, I trust you. I will send you the information, Matt. I'll send you the information on how to launch this book. Please, this is one way that you can really support me. And if you can buy one, if you know an intending couple or young couple that you can bless this with. Even though there are so many people that are doing our traditional wedding now that are non-Nigerians, but they are getting married to Nigerian people. They have no clue. They just say dobale, they dobale. They tell them to rise up, they rise up. They don't know the meaning. They don't know why they are doing it. And we don't want our culture, our tradition to die. Thank you, my mommy Grace Alexander. So people, look, hey, let me show you my studio today. Okumbio. There's loads. Can you see? They are all over the place, ladies and gentlemen. I have them, so many of them. In fact, they are in boxes. They are here. So please support your girl. Let me move the camera back. Support your girl. Okay, so that we don't forget what you have come here to do, ladies and gentlemen. Even apart from the book, there's a lot of other things that we have come here to do, and I will not forget. But intermittently, as we are going in the show today, I will still be talking about the book. This book, I'm so excited. I'm sure everybody will understand why I'm so excited. I don't want to tell this story yet. When you attend the launch, you will see why I am so excited. It's my first book ever, you know. And when the dream came, I wasn't too sure, but we give God praise. Okay, let's go to today's topic, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on the show. Those are just joining me. Hey, our own Aria says, God bless you, says. Thanks for joining. Bobby Raymond. Thank you so much, everybody. For those that are just joining us, I will be talking about my new book. We are launching it soon. I will give you all the updates everywhere on the social media platform. Don't let us forget why we came here. Last week, we started a topic. Hey, and that topic was so hot. People were saying a lot of things, but people said by popular demand, we have to continue today. Last week, we were talking about the concept of sex and how, thank you, Ma, thank you, sis, and how it affects marriage. We're talking about the difference between the way men perceive sex and the difference to women compared to women. A lot of us are having trouble. Thank you, Sister Pauline Akigboye. God bless you. A lot of people are thank you, Apostle Yomi. A lot of people are having trouble in their marriage just because of this thing we are talking about. And because of this argument last week, we said we're going to bring it back. So it's important for us to complete this. Now, last week we were able to establish the fact that the way men perceive sex is definitely different from the way women perceive sex. A lot of men comment. Last week, I even had some men on this show. We were commenting on some of the things that we women can't. Why are you crying? You finished and you just went to sleep. You can't even cuddle me. You can't even hold me. And the man is wondering, Excuse me. After all those work, you still want me to call you, still want me to gist. We women said we want to talk. We want to gist after we've had the session. And people are saying men are being insensitive by going to sleep straight away. But I said here, according to my own research, or the little research I did, they said it is not their fault. It is a medical there's a medical reason behind them falling asleep. And I have men on this show tonight. It will be, and the man that I have on this show tonight is also an expert when it comes to the issue of marriage. And I was even going to bring the wife, but she's so busy. That's why I haven't brought her. She's the expert. She wrote a book, Pastor Kemi Onodipe. She wrote a book about sex. And this thing is causing a lot of trouble. So today, people, ladies and gentlemen, we don't want to continue this discussion about the way men perceive sex in marriage and the way women perceive sex. That's number one. Number two, we are talking about as well how younger couples, how we enjoy sex as younger couples compared to when we're getting to a certain age as older couples. For example, we've been married for 25 years. You want to still be having it the way you started having it some years ago, and you're not having it. Okay, if you're not having it that way, how can we enhance or help ourselves to still enjoy the concept of marriage and the concept of sex in our marriage? That's what we're talking about today. And I noticed that Facebook, please board along. Facebook is playing up, it's just going on and off. When I'm talking about this, it's so important. It's so important because a lot of marriage is struggling because of this thing that we're talking about. So if you're just joining us today, we're talking about the concept of sex in a relationship, in a marriage relationship, and how it affects male and female. Remember that you can call me on this show on +44 7828 500938, and you can send me a request to join and be in the show. Maybe you want to share something with everybody. Please remember that you can send me a request to join the live show. And if you're in a place where you cannot call and you cannot send a request to join the show, you can actually send me a voice note. Somebody sent me a voice note last week and I played it on this show, and it's really helped. So if you're busy or you're somewhere where you cannot join me physically or you cannot call physically, you can send me a voice note. Now, let's talk about this issue that we were talking about last week. How men perceive sex compared to how women perceive sex. One of the things we said last week was the fact that men, they want to have sex to feel loved, but women want to feel loved to have sex. A woman expects you to pamper them, to touch them, to kind of say nice things to them, or even probably buy them gifts and do all sort of things for them to feel loved and be ready for sex. Thank you so much, Sis Shola Fagbulu. And welcome on the show. Talk Basikiru, Eniola Lagaduro. Hey, thank you, my people. MC Yej, MC Mo Night, Ironya Yo, Omobalale 27. Oh my gosh. Amazing people on the show tonight. So, people, we want to continue now. Let's talk about the way when we were younger, sex was something that is easier and all of that. But now people are getting older. We're going to talk about that as well. And what we can do as married couple to continue to enjoy sex even when you are getting older. I have a lot of people here that's messaged me last week, that communicated last week. Please feel free to still talk today because it's so important that we that we talk about these things, because at the end of the day, nobody wants to be in a marriage that they don't accept. Now, let me play this clip so we can start from there. Let me play this clip.
60% of married people feel lonely in their marriages.
Why?
Because they married people they were in love with.
Oh, sorry, I think I got the wrong one. Sorry, let me play this one. Let me play this one. There's a different one. But in the meantime, if you have anything to say to me, please feel free to comment. Oh my gosh, what did I do with this clip? Oh, and I was keeping it so closely. Aha!
Things men do that women do not like. Okay. Number 3, invalidating our feelings. Stop dismissing how we feel.
Thank you.
Stop being too logical when we want you to be emotional. That's why women like to talk to their pastors, talk to other people. because they can connect with them. Say it's okay, everything will be fine.
Now
Not
let's talk
okay,
about
so
that
we
first. Let's talk about this first. Women believe that if you want to touch me at some point later at night, you should not, if I tell you how I'm feeling, you should not validate my feelings. You should be there for me emotionally. You should be able to pamper me, talk to me and everything. But men are saying no. To you, that's all that matters. But to us, there's a lot more that matters. Now, let's talk about all these things and how this thing can actually affect marriage. Those of us that are in the business of joining couples and all of that, I always say to the alagas that whether we like it or not, iṣẹ́ pastor là ń ṣe. You know, how do you counsel couples that that are complaining about the fact that I'm not finding it, I'm not meeting it the way I expected it? And also, how can couples match up? Maybe the male is more sexual oriented and the woman does not really feel it. So these are the things that we want to talk about. So any marriage counselor, your events, your events. So let's take it one after the other. I think I'm modeling everything up. The first one is when women say that, hey, you are finished. Because that was where we started, that was where we ended last week. I want to continue from there today. You are finished. You cannot just go to sleep. Talk to me, cuddle me, hug me. And then someone called last week and said, hey, come to my hug, it is not possible. How can we make up for this so it doesn't cause trouble in marriage? Please, this is something that I noticed that a lot of people don't like talking about when it comes to the issue of sex. And when your man starts saying, and when your man starts saying it about the issue of sex. So let's talk. Somebody somewhere may be picking this up and they may be learning from it. What do we do as a woman and your husband just finished and go to bed and you're getting offended? How can we make sure that this doesn't cause trouble in our homes? And our men, if you're on this show, talk to us. Why do you guys always go to sleep as soon as you finish? Let's talk about that. Then we also wanted to talk about, okay, even if you want to touch me, prepare my mind. Don't just jump on me. Take your time. Make sure that you do what you're supposed to do, because I'm very emotional about everything. Not just you coming to just pounce on me. These are the things that I want radical member me I know some people that will have fired up now had it been they were here. So let's talk, people. Let's talk. The importance of preparing one another before we. And if we are not talking, then we'll go to my book, because me, I really want to talk about my book. Eka Boma, God bless you, ma. Mommies are not having big time. Yeah, when mommies start having big tummy, and then they are no longer as lepa as they used to be. Good evening, ma. God bless you. MC Monite. So what do we do? Kí ló dé tí Facebook kò ṣe báyìí lálẹ́ yìí torí Ọlọ́run. Kan ní àwa ọmọdé làwa ń bí. Somebody said we have repented, we are born again. Okay. It's good to repent, and it's good to be born again. Please, if you're on Facebook keep going in and out. Facebook, I'll log off. I have to come back from it. If you're on Facebook and you're struggling to join, please, you can come on Instagram. You can to Facebook. Anyway, so if you're on Facebook and you're struggling to log on, please come on to Instagram. Let's talk about these things, because I let me part 2 and I brought the part 2. Don't leave me by it. How can we? Thank you so much. Good evening, Hearts Together event. Thank you so much. Mommy Adele is a young woman. She's probably a virgin, so I can understand. But those of us that are not virgins on this show, let's talk about those things that you will appreciate if your man would do to you, or if your woman would do to you to enjoy sex. Now, if you're not talking about that, let's move on to the older ones, because I think I have more. Well, averagely, most of us on this show are probably over 40. At this point, I heard that at this point that women have more sexual urge than men. Let's focus first of all. Let's establish that fact. Is it true that at certain age, when we are getting older, moving over 40s, going to 50, that women, they tend to have more sexual urge than men, you know? Yes, ma. Mommy Eniola Laga said, most of the time, women need emotional support before sex. And I think someone called last week as well and said, kò kí n ṣobìnrin nìkan pé ọkùnrin náà wọ́n need emotional, they need to be emotionally okay before they have sex. It's not only women, but because men hardly come on this show, we can only talk on from the women perspective. So if you are a man on this show, please tell us so that we can adjust. I think one of the reasons why we tend to have more women enduring marriages because we always want to learn new things. Men are hardly in shows like this, and if they are there, they will just hide. They won't say anything. You will hardly see men at marriage seminars. Only women. Why? Let's do this thing together so that we both learn and we get home to come and make use of what we learn. Somebody said, I think men have more sexual urge than women. Okay. Is that statement true? Remember that you can leave us a voice note or you can call in. Is that a true statement that men actually have more sexual urge than women? And also, if your spouse, whether the man or the woman, have more sexual urge than you, what can you do to match up? What can we do to match up? Ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ náà, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? This thing is not an abomination. Heart Together event says not necessarily. Women's libido depends on a lot or on their menstrual cycles. Okay. Somebody said it depends on individuals' libido. Okay. And if your spouse happens to be more sexually oriented than you, or should I say more sexually thirsty and be hungry, or they tend to have more appetite. Yeah, that's what. More appetite for sex than you. What can you do? What can we do to match up? Me, I'm learning. See my pen. I've come to learn. Because I don't want to be telling people about something. And me myself, I will not learn. Look at my notes, my pen. Oh yeah, Egbewa, bring it on. What can I do? What can people do to match up? Somebody said it depends on individuals' libido. That's true. Sexually active, okay. People, I've asked about 3 questions now, and I'm not really receiving the answer that I'm looking for. What can you do if your spouse is more sexually, you have more sexual appetite than you? And this is you not wanting him or her to look out. What can you do? What can we do to match up? How can we, I think let me start. Let me open the floor. Somebody said read romantic books. Okay. So if I read romantic books, do you have any suggestions of the kind of romantic books? If I read romantic books, would that boost my sexual appetite? Somebody said talk about it if necessary. See a sex therapist. Thank you, ma. I think that is a very, very realistic point. Talk about it. If you are not satisfied, remember last week we were talking about communication. We talked about communication, talking about it, because we even make it like a sacred thing where it's forbidden. Agagawa biri. Ni je sọ̀rọ̀. Amamaroju ni. Talk about it, yo. Tell your spouse I'm not satisfied. Kò tí tẹ́ mi lọ́rùn. What can I do? How can you help me? Somebody, Eshema, arábìnrin yet idea. Thank you. If possible, see a sex therapist. So there are some people that are like sex therapists. Okay, I'm hearing that for the first time. So we can see a sex therapist. Okay, somebody said when a woman is too tired after the long day, you won't get the best of her when it comes to sex. Allow the woman to rest during the day. Okay, men, can you hear? She will do school run, she will clean, she will cook, she will do this, she will do that. Daddy will be in the sitting room with newspaper, watching the news or watching Man United. Our darling, Daddy, I was like, how are you? How are you? Like Daddy Gio said, how are you, Eko? How are you? Losibi Kokon. They're saying try to help, try to support to make it easy for the women. Also, somebody said you can read romantic books. That's one thing again that we look out for. Primary school, secondary school, romantic book, Mills and Booms. We need to read more. So, what else can we do, people? What else can we do in the area of that? Now, let's go back to the other question as well. Téèyàn bá ti dàgbà, tó bá ti di pé, bàbá ti ń di like ìyàwó bàbá said, mommy start having big tummy, daddy is tired, daddy is, age-wise. How can we enhance or improve our sexual life or help to match up? Somebody said sometimes it's this reverse. A man who has a lot on the mind is unlikely to want to have sex. So what do we do in that situation? Because that one is very common. No? You'll be saying, "Wo, nǹkan tó ń ṣe mí ò ṣe ẹ́ o. Nǹkan tó wà nínú mind mi pọ̀ gan." What do we do? But this thing still has to be done, and yet you are not allowed to go out. You have a lot in your mind. Should that affect our sexual life? Should it affect our sexual orientation? That's what I don't understand. So what do we do in that situation? Because I always like us to talk about problem and also talk about the solution as well. Do you understand? So what do we do? You have a lot in mind. How should that come and be affecting our relationship? I don't understand. So, kí la máa ṣe in that situation? Please, let's talk. Only do doggy. Mi ọmọ kékeré ara mi mọ nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ doggy. Ìròyìn ayọ̀ event says women should stop doing too much in terms of ups and downs. They need to take it cool to be able to enjoy the other room. God will help us. But irú bí tẹ́yìn wá yẹn, you can take it cool. Where we are here, taking it cool is almost like a luxury that you can only dream of when there is nobody to help. Somebody said, listen to love song and watch romantic movies. Okay, ma. Joe, all these people talking about romantic movies and talking about romantic books. Aláwìyí apá kẹfà, àtàpá kìíní, títí dé kẹfà, nìkan làwa mọ̀ o. Joe, ta ló mú àwọn romantic books? Can we suggest? Because some of us, we've not read another book. So to improve our sexual appetite or to match up with our spouse, we need to read romantic books. Okay, and apart from all the things that we are talking about, there are some factors as well that can affect the sexual appetite of your spouse. I think one of them is hygiene. No matter how sexually hungry somebody may be, if you move close to your partner and it is all you can kill it. So let's talk about other things that can affect us and how we can find solution to it. Hearts Together event says sometimes the wife of a man who is stressed should book a surprise weekend away for just the two of them. If you can visit therapists or talk to your doctor if need be. Thank you so much. I love that romantic weekends away, because sometimes even when you're at home, it might be a little bit difficult because there are so many things around that surrounds you that will not allow you to express yourself as much as you can. But when you are in a romantic environment, away from home, away from the children, then it will be easier for you to express yourself. Now, let me see what this person said. So I said, discuss the issues and find solutions to it. So you can visit therapists and talk to your doctor as well. Thank you. Thank you, Ma. I think you're talking about something similar to that. Someone said hygiene. Hygiene is very, very important. Then another thing is exposure. Some people would always complain about it's not meeting my need. It's not meeting because it's not bara, it's not boro, it's test rishi. And the other party is probably a novice in that area. That could be an issue as well. Am I right? Please, am I right? Sometimes when the person you're dealing with is so much exposed, so how do you make the person match up with you? If you're a lot more exposed than your spouse, it could be a problem. Some people they've been everywhere when it's called, they've explored all different people, all different kind of things, and you happen to get married to somebody who is absolutely like novice, or they don't even understand, or they've never been there. How can you match up with that kind of person? Instead of you to be complaining, make effort, you that have the experience, teach the person to meet up with you and give them time. Don't expect them to be expert overnight. It's very common. That one is very common among people that marry people that are a lot more exposed than they. If your spouse is more exposed than you in the area of sexual they've explored all different kind of whatever. with other people before you get married, and now you're married and they expect you to match up their standard. Rather than making the other person feel bad, you that have the exposure, teach them. Am I right, people? Thank you for joining, sis. Bukola Aremiwa. Hey, it's good to have you on the show. Pauline Neberi Okafo as well. Am I right? Yes. Somebody said, if you love your spouse, you teach each other what is missing. Now, let's talk about this teaching each other, talking about each other. Do you know that some people find it as is a forbidden thing to discuss about their sexual life, even as couples have been married for years and years? Why is that? Why? I mean, because this thing is so common that some people are so shy to speak to their spouse. Some people would never ever, put the light on. They will just meet a fairy. What are the factors that are contributing to this? Why are some people shy? Why are they not able or talk to their spouse freely about this? Please, let's talk about it, because I'm going to move to something else very soon. Very, very important. I promised I was going to talk about this last week, and I have to talk about it. I'm going to move to something very, very important as well, especially to those of us that have younger children, or that our children are just growing up and they don't have the exposure. Somebody says some may be very timid. Yeah, that's true. If you love your spouse, you teach each other what is missing. Yes, some people are very timid, but still, at least after some time, you should be able to be free. Now, I'm moving on to the next thing I'm moving to is basically um one of the factors that affects sex. Let me read what this person said. Paulina Kigboye says, make your bedroom inviting and romantic. Untidy bedroom can be off-putting, but in dim romantic lighting with romantic air fresheners, make your bed wears inviting. A good shower with good deodorant. I can copy it. I'm going to copy this. So a good shower, a good deodorant is encouraging for both partners. Thank you so much. Some of us, we tie wrapper up to here, and some men, the boxers is scary, and they've been out all day. They've been sweating. They didn't bother to shower. There's some women, they've been in the kitchen for the whole day, and then when it's time to go to bed, they've cooked a folio, they've cooked you whatever, and they go to bed straight like that, and you expect the man to be in the mood. No, it's going to be hard for that kind of man to be able to come on. So hygiene is very important. Like this person said, Pauline Akigboye, thank you for this very good comment. She said, make your bedroom inviting. Some of us, all the clothes that we've been removing from the line is on top of our bed at one corner. All the, we women, everything, and then you want the environment to be romantic. We need to watch that. I'm going to read her comment again. She says, make your bedroom inviting and romantic. Untidy bedroom can be off-putting. Put in dim romantic lighting with romantic air fresheners. Make your bed wears inviting. A good shower with good deodorant is encouraging for both parties. Reduce all these junks inside the room. Go and put it inside the storage. Especially we women. We have bags of shoe, bags of this. Everything is inside the room. And you want the man to be romantic. The man enter room says it's almost collapsing. We need to make our room inviting. Nice bed sheets, nice wears will help you. Yes, so Chemostic, welcome on board, ma. Somebody said, Heart Together says, some people have been brought up in a strict religious environment where sex is regarded as dirty. Thank you so much. That's the comment I've been looking for. Apart from religion, where we come from, Africa, ìta ń ṣe gan àwọn ìyá wa kan tó bá gbọ́ wọ́n ṣe ìyá wọn ọ̀sìn orí tẹlifíṣàn náà ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ìbálòpọ̀, and it's causing a lot of trouble. Why can't we talk about it? Why? Let's talk about this thing. It's killing marriages, it's killing homes. Religion has really put us in bondage, but thank God that liberty has come now. They now discuss it openly and freely. A lot of men of God now talk about sex, and they make it easy for people to also access now. Unlike back in the days where you dare not talk about it. It is almost like forbidden for you to talk about it. Now, the part I'm moving to, thank you, Ayalayo, thank you. The Kamostic. Thank you for joining. God bless you. And everybody that joined. Kule, I told you, thank you for joining. Now, let me play the clip that I wanted to talk about. The next thing I'm moving to. Let's talk about this.
You kept screaming at him.
Wait, oh.
You kept screaming at him.
Oh. Yeah, no, honey, those were happy screams.
They didn't sound happy. And then you punched the wall and yelled the F word.
Okay, I don't really recall doing that, so yeah.
You did. You were like, oh my fucking god. Just like that. Oh my fucking god.
Okay, alright, shh. Here's the thing. Yeah, your dad and I were just playing a fun little grown-up game.
You played the game 7 times.
6.5, but who's counting? Here's the thing. Let's just not talk about this. Cool? Cool. High five.
Got it.
Awesome.
Okay, let me play this again in case you
I
missed
put
it.
you and Daddy in the bedroom. You kept screaming at him.
Can we hear? Please let me know if you can hear the clip.
Yeah, no, honey, those were happy screams.
Please say yes if you can hear.
And then you punched the wall and yelled the F word.
Okay, I don't really recall doing that, so yeah.
You did. You were like, oh my fucking god. Just like that. Oh my fucking god.
Okay, alright, shh. Here's the thing. Yeah, your dad and I were just playing a fun little grown-up game.
You played the game 7 times.
6.5, but who's counting? Here's the thing. Let's just not talk about this. Cool? Cool. High five.
Got it.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm glad that people said they could hear. That's a young girl speaking to her mom and saying, Mom, I heard you and Dad screaming yesterday. And she was describing the scream on how the parents were acting. And obviously, the parents were having a time together. Now, the reason I brought this up is we've talked about what could affect our relationship or sexual relationship as well. One of them could be the presence of our young kids. And it could be saying, well, ọmọ yóò ti sùn. Bàbá yìí jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ yìí sùn. Or, they're just big enough to know what is going on. Especially here in this Ìlú Òyìnbó, especially in this our UK, where our houses are just so compact, our rooms are so close together that you can hear what's happening in the other room if you are in another room. And this could be a big issue in the way that our sexual life could be affected as married couple. Now, let's talk about this. How can we do it such that this is not going to kill our marriage, it's not going to kill our sexual relationship, and at the same time, we're not going to expose our children unnecessarily to what they're not supposed to be exposed to at this young age. Hey, John Toliolong, let's talk about this. Because I actually have someone call me and call my attention to this and said for some time, herself and her husband, they've not really had much because of this thing, because the children has confronted them. Somebody said one of our older children confronted her and said, Mom, can you and Dad learn to lower your voice when you are da 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 da? Somebody said, play loud music. Loru, ni lo yibo. Somebody will come and knock on your door and say, can you reduce? Play loud music in the middle of the night will be difficult. So, because sometimes, most of the time, let's be realistic, we hardly meet during the day. We do meet at night time. So what do you do? How do you go about it? How do you help each other to not expose the children unnecessarily and to not embarrass yourself and embarrass the children as well? Somebody said, as a matter of fact, it's a huge issue that has affected homes due to consciousness of the children. It is a very big one, especially when the children start knowing left from right, when they can tell that something is going on. Look at that kid. He said, and the woman was even trying to play smart. I said, no, don't worry. Your dad and I were just playing game. Your dad and I were just playing game. And then the kid was like, you were playing games? You played the game 7 times. Wow. That kid was counting how many times They play the game. Did you hear that voice? The voice over the kid telling her mom. Somebody says send them to have sleepover with another trusted family. How many times will we do that a week? And how many times are we even supposed to meet a week that I will not be sending my children every time to go and spend time with some other trusted couples? What about if those trusted couples also want to have time together? This thing is big. I'm telling you, it's a big deal. And I'm really here to learn as well. Somebody said once a month. Kayo Logu, you better don't have that at the back of your mind though. Trust me, it's more than somebody said once in a month. How often should couples have? That's another topic. Hey, somebody has caused wahala and be by you. Somebody said once a month. Sexual relationship between husband and wife should be once a month. People, how often? Somebody said, or go to an hotel. It's really a big issue, as you said. How many times will we go to hotel? This thing is not matter. A serious matter. And I'm actually ready to learn. What can we do? People are suggesting, well, once in a while, you can definitely go to hotels. But it cannot be every time now. How do we do it? Could there be Nigeria Tamani boys quarters? Tamani can one boys quarter can in the main house. How do we do it? Somebody said parents should learn to control themselves. I like that. That's a more realistic suggestions. Pardon me, some people get carried away. Remember last time we were talking about talking during intercourse is good, but there are some things that you should control. You can talk, but at least learn to whisper, not screaming on top of your voice, such that your child will now wake up in the morning and be telling you, Mom, Dad, what was going on last night? I could hear you. And the woman was even trying to say, and she back on play. The mommy, you were not playing game because that game you played it 7 times before daybreak. I've seen videos, especially this Gen Z, they know everything. Especially even all these pandemic babies. Baby as young as 5 years old, I've seen that child describing to her mom, I hear you doing, what was that? We have to be careful not to expose these children to unnecessary, what you shouldn't be exposed to at too young age. Thank you, sir. Apostle Yomi Onodipo. She said, there are things you add to the walls to make it soundproof. Okay, I like that. Another thing we can invest on is to invest on some soundproof. Please, we know that our children, is very important that we let them know that we are romantic parents. We are parents that they know that they didn't come, they want Jabala to do summer. But still at the same time, we have to apply caution in the way we expose these children. And these children, they talk, they gist with their friends. You don't want your child to get to school and start having a conversation about how you heard mom and dad are doing stuff. Let's talk about how to self-control is very important. As somebody said, let's be self-control. Some people are they're so, I don't even know, they're so wow, they'll just be screaming. I know you have to express yourself, like talking about ringtone last week. That last week, you're talking about ringtone, talking, expressing yourself without faking it, because some people fake it just to make the spouse feel good. We talked about it last week. When you're having sexual intercourse with your spouse, don't fake it. Make them know how you feel. Some people will fake it just to make them feel good. We talked about it last week, not faking it. Having a conversation, having a discussion is very important, but please, let's do it with moderation so that we don't put the children in trouble, unnecessary trouble. Especially some of us that have children that are now grown and they're also getting to the age of puberty, and they're already feeling some things in their bodies that they can't explain. And then every night they hear mommy going, ooh, hee, ha. God have mercy on us. God help us. There's every stage of life. Somebody says soundproof. Obviously, soundproof will help. Somebody said, what about children catching their parents in the act? Yeah, that has happened. It's happened a few times as well. It happens in most homes, and one has to be careful on that as well. But well, somebody said sometimes you can't. Oh, you have to shout. So I know, but then I don't know. This thing is a very, like somebody said you cannot discuss about sex in marriage within 2 weeks. That is a very wide topic, but we can't keep talking about it every day, and we cannot emphasize it. It's very important. Somebody said their ringtone is loud. Yeah. Somebody said, especially to UK houses that don't have locks. Yes, most UK homes we don't have locks. That's another thing. Keep the children safe in doing this, and at the same time, you don't want to ruin your sexual relationship just because you have children. We have to apply wisdom. And you know what is peculiar to your own children? Kò ṣáà possible ká máa fáwọn ọmọ ológun ọrùn just because of this. So we need to think about what works in your home, but we need to keep the children safe at the same time. We don't want to expose them to too much. Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the issue of sex, a lot has been said since last week, because this is a part two of how sex affects married couples. And one thing again that we forgot to mention here, I did mention it, but nobody said anything about it. How do we improve our sexual life when we are getting older, when the body is no longer as active as it used to be? Especially if one of the spouse is still very much active and the other one is not just as active. Especially our men, when they start reaching the age of 50 something and all these things. What can we do? Somebody said, Kolariwo, Ejo, let's be moderate. Kilo fariwo, yeah. Let's be moderate. It's true. Invest in a book for your bedroom door. Okay, invest in a lock for your bedroom door. Okay. Do it when the coast is clear. Let's be conscious. And like somebody said, even the matter if a give tone, kò ní láti pariwo. Some people have not, they've used to it from when they were young, screaming on top of their voices. We need to understand that once we start having children, we need to reduce this. Somebody said it's even wrong to lock your door behind. That is another meaning for your action. Okay, once they try to open the door and they can't they can't have access, they say, hey, mommy and daddy, you're up to something. And I almost see one go to their way. I call on Shanua. Somebody said schedule for when kids are in school can work for people doing shift work. Okay. That's another way. Actually, somebody said, I think we should just be intentional about our love life. Thank you, ma. Now, the last thing I want us to discuss about is how to help ourselves when we are getting older, when the urge is no longer as much as it used to be, when nature is catching up, when age is catching up. What can we do? And you still want to enjoy yourself. Now, somebody said, it doesn't matter. A 60-something-year-old man can see. There's a difference between impregnating women and enjoying sex. We're not talking about ability to impregnate a woman. Somebody can do shuka and still be able to impregnate a woman. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about enjoying sex life. And at some point, we are so getting, tired physically, mentally, emotionally. Age is catching up. How can we still create fun at that last week somebody was talking about sex toy. But I don't know about that. I don't know why some people would, have that in their marriage. But then, never say never. The fact that you don't appreciate this does not mean that somebody says some food can help. Watch what you eat. Once you're getting older, that's true. You watch your health, watch what you eat, do exercise. I like that. Keep an eye on your health, because it all affects. And once this thing we're talking about moves out of marriage, it's like the marriage is heading towards what's the point? Actually, my baby paternity. Somebody says sexually active is different from impregnating women. You're right, ma. Somebody said children should learn to knock at the door at all times. That's another thing we need to teach our children. You don't barge into my room because myself and your dad are there. Teach your children to knock on the door. Things that we can do to enhance ourselves when we get older. Sometimes it's not even about always penetration. Sometimes cuddle. Sometimes say sweet things to each other. Sometimes just, I don't know. So, and also keep an eye on what you eat. Keep an eye on your health. Be careful what you feed yourself on when you're getting old. Keep an eye on your diet. Keep an eye on your exercise and all those things. Keep fit and keep healthy. Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the issue of sex, we can never ever overemphasize it. And we need to grow up that the society needs to understand that this thing is not an abomination, it's not forbidden, it is not a no-go area. Let's talk more about it. Discuss with our spouses. Let them know how we feel. Let's keep our children safe. Let's discuss about it. If you have more sexual appetite than your spouse, Be willing to teach them. Don't fake it. A lot of people fake it. Who fake orgasm when there's nothing happening. Let your spouse know. And if your spouse is struggling in this area, don't make them feel horrible. Encourage them and help them. Then somebody also saw talk about some menopausal women experience dryness. So they need to use lubricants as well. That's true. I've brought a doctor here before on this show to come and discuss the things that women feel when they reach the menopause stage. Things will be dry, you're less interested in sex and blah blah blah. Heat rush, you don't even want anybody to touch you because the heat, and you're just feeling you're just feeling hot at all times. So these are the things that we need to let our spouse know. Sweetheart, it's not me, it's just the nature. Then use lubricant like somebody has said. What is it called? Explore. And also, thank God for nowadays, internet has helped us in a lot of ways. Research on how to improve your sex life. And if you are the type that is always tired, I don't think it is fair. Try and meet up with your spouse's desire. Even if you cannot do 100%, do 80 to 85%. Don't always say, no, I'm tired. It's not fair on the other spouse. Make yourself available, make yourself attractive, keep a good and clean bedroom, have a very good hygienic lifestyle, and so on and so forth. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an awesome evening. But tonight, I will not be closing this show without going back to where we started from. Hey, people. Hey, my people, look, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is my latest baby. This is the book that I've just finished writing. So many of us have seen this and some are yet to see it. This book is going to be launched it's going to be officially unveiled, let me put it that way, on the 30th of July. If you're yet to receive the information and you are on my contact list, I'm going to send you the information. We have a WhatsApp group where people can start launching it from tomorrow. This book is is something that is like an encyclopedia of the Nigerian traditional marriage. I didn't just talk about Yoruba traditional wedding in this book. I talked about the Igbo, the Hausas, and some subcultures, some ethnic groups in Nigeria. I delve into so many things into this book. I don't want to let all the cat out of the bag. Even in this book, I talked about interracial marriage and all of that. So it's deep. It's like an encyclopedia of it. A lot of young people that are getting married nowadays, they do not understand the concept of our Nigerian traditional. All they want to do is party, ashwebi, jamboree. They have no clue. And we don't want our culture to die. This book is going to be officially unveiled on the 30th of July. But from tomorrow, please, you can launch this book with me. This book is selling for £25, but the launch amount is unlimited. If you want to dash me £1,000 for this book, I would really, really be grateful. Please support your girl. A lot has gone into this, and I'm so excited. Thank you so much, everybody, for always there. See, I have plenty. Look, let me show you my studio. Can you see? Everything is here. See, there's loads and loads. I've got like boxes of them. So please support your girl. And after the show, if you're yet to be on the group where the launch is starting tomorrow, I will add you to the group. On that group is for people to discuss about the book, ask questions, to start launching for me from tomorrow. Launch. Say, okay, Eniola Guiduro, I want to dash my sister £1,000. Hey, you can do it. Kebostik, from Kebostik Total Events, we are bringing you £50,000. I'll be very happy to collect it. But whatever you can support your girl with, word of encouragement and all, please, I will add you to the group if you don't mind. I don't like adding people to group without their consent. I will add you to the group where I will tell you all the details you know about helping me to launch this book. And because I want everybody to be part of it, especially those that are not in UK, and I don't want to be stressing people to live in their house, that's why I decided to do it a virtual launch. And she in doubt around she £10,000. So I will add you to the group and I will give you all the updates. People, Me, I can never ever thank you enough. Ọlọ́run, you people love me too much on this platform. Every week, every time. Bó ṣe ń ṣe fashion show, ló ń ṣe lè, ló ń ṣe our hearts together. Thank you so much. I will add you. Kò sí nǹkan tí mo gbélẹ̀ tí ẹ bá mi lọ́wọ́ sí. There's no way I'm going to be able to thank you guys enough. Mi ò dẹ̀ ní jọra mi lójú. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sir Apostle Yomi. Thank you, everybody. Nítorí àkókò èèyàn wa, because of time, our time is fast spent. We have to leave. But if after the show you have questions for me, please feel free to message me, and I'll be very, very, very glad. Yay! Thank you from Chemostic. Yay! Gbogbo yín ìṣẹ́jú yín ni Chemostic ṣe promise mi ní 10k kò dẹ̀ sọ pé náírà or pounds ni o. This woman must say, I know you are capable anyway. So, people, I'm going to have to sign off this time. I just want to say a massive, massive thank you one more time. Again, bí mo ṣe máa ń sọ ní ọ̀sẹ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ wípé lórí ètò yìí ó máa ń wù ní ká jẹran pẹ̀lẹ́ nù. Àmọ́ òfàànà fún kì í gbà fún wa. Àmọ́ síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ mo dúpẹ́ lọ́gbọ̀n ìtẹ̀ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa tẹ́ mọ́ wa dá sétò. Tẹ́ wọlé ní gbogbo ìgbà out of your very busy schedule, you're always there. Thank you, Sister Pauline. Ó fàsìkò sọ fún wa wípé ó tún ti tásìkò àti lọ. Lílọ ni mò ń lọ, ogún lọ kò dé kò ní bá mi, ogún dé kò bá wọn kò ní jẹ́ tiyín. Agbára lọ́wọ́ lọ, ayọ̀, àlàáfíà àti ìdùnnú tí mo fi yín sí lọ́sẹ̀ yìí. Òun náà ni màá tún padà wá bá yín lọ́sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ lágbára lọ́wọ́ náà. Wọ́n wá ń fàsìkò sọ fún gbogbo wa wípé láyọ̀ láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Mo ní láyọ̀ láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Ẹ̀yin ò ní forígun, èmi ò ní fẹsẹ̀ kọ o. Mọ́tò yòówù ká lè wọ̀ kó ní forí sọ̀gì o. Láyọ̀ láyọ̀ la ó máa. Láyọ̀ láyọ̀ la máa pàdé. Láyọ̀ láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé. Thank you so much, everybody. See you next week by the grace of God. God bless you. Bye.
Àsìkò ti tó ìtumọ̀ ètò kan. Best of traditional wedding. Gbogbo lólùfẹ́ rẹ̀ ń retí rẹ̀. Best of traditional wedding. Ẹ̀bùn lóríṣiríṣi mẹ́lẹ̀dì ìṣèwé. Best of traditional wedding. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Best of traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó tọ́ni lọ́gbọ́n. Best of traditional wedding. Ètò Best of traditional wedding ló lọ lọ́wọ́.
Come on, give them.
Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Best of traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó kọ́ni lọ́gbọ́n. Best of traditional wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram. Every Tuesday on Facebook. 6 p.m. UK time. Every Tuesday on Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún ni lóye. Best of traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún ni lóye. Best of.
Thank you so much, everybody. See you next week by the grace of God. God bless you. Bye.